KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
A fatal plane crash at the Missoula airport. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It's Thursday, October 15th, 2015. Skies mostly clear. It's 36 degrees in Missoula right now. A newscast sponsored by Kootenai Creek Village, the maintenance-free active adult community in Stevensville, where they offer the best in western Montana living. Our top story this morning, a small single-engine aircraft crashed into a rental car parking lot at Missoula International Airport and burst into flames yesterday afternoon, killing the pilot. Sheriff's Office spokesperson Brenda Bassett said the crash occurred just after 3 p.m.
We got a call at 1511 that there was a small airplane that went down near the airport. When we arrived on scene, there was one fatality. It was a small single-engine aircraft. Right now, they're dispatching somebody from the NTSB that will come and investigate to see exactly what happened, and the Missoula County Sheriff's Office will be there to assist in anything that they'll need, and then we'll do the coroner's investigation as well.
Bassett said the pilot was alone in the aircraft and that witnesses at the scene will help provide more information to investigators.
Right now, we're just trying to confirm who was flying the plane. You know, a lot of times, I know down in that Valley crash, it was someone's plane, but it was a different pilot in it. So right now, we're just trying to gather that information. But there were some witnesses that kind of saw the plane go down that have some experience in flying. So hopefully they'll be able to add to that part of the investigation.
Bassett said personnel from the National Transportation Safety Board are investigating, and the pilot's name has not yet been released. A judge has signed an arrest warrant for a woman accused of hitting a Montana daycare owner with a shovel. District Judge James Manley issued the warrant yesterday for the arrest of Tashiana Schlensker, who is still at large. Lake County officials say Ronan daycare owner Martha McClure was caring for 3 young children belonging to Schlensker's boyfriend, Francis Jackson, on October 7th. They say McClure refused to hand over the children to their father because he was drunk and didn't have legal custody. Court records say Jackson punched McClure and Schlensker hit her in the face with a snow shovel. The warrant says Schlensker will be charged with assault with a weapon and held on $100,000 bail. She is still at large. Over Labor Day weekend, Missoula police officer Pat Erbacher fired his weapon into the windshield of a vehicle driven by 24-year-old Anthony Godinez, who had just struck him with the vehicle. The investigation has been in the hands of the State Criminal Investigation Division. Police spokesman Travis Welsh said Erbacher passed an internal investigation with flying colors.
That internal review has been completed, and as of September the 29th, it was determined that Officer Erbacher's actions did not violate policy or state statute, and he has returned to duty status.
Chief Deputy Missoula County Attorney Jason Marks told KGVO News, even though the full CID investigation hasn't yet been released, he sees no problem with Erbacher's actions.
My review of it does not suggest there was anything unjustified about the level of force Officer Erbacher used in stopping the car that the suspect was driving. And unfortunately, I can't go into it in a great deal of detail because the criminal case involving that driver is still pending.
Godinez has entered a plea of not guilty to assault with a weapon charges. This has been the fall of the Bruin. Bears are popping up all over the place in Montana, but no one expected to see one wandering the halls of Bozeman High School. Officer Rick Musson and the Bozeman Police Department responded to a call for help yesterday morning about 7:30. He says he's never seen anything quite like it.
Yeah, we have a report of a black bear that was around the football field and made its way and found an open door, and the bear made his way into the school and started wandering the hallways. Apparently, it stood up and put its front paws on a locker, and that's it. But it didn't damage the locker.
Musson said the bear didn't damage anything at the school. He said it was fortunate the bear came in before the morning bell rang. A sheriff's deputy was on site for an early morning meeting.
Somebody, a staff person at the school came into their meeting and said, "There's a bear in the school." So the deputy and another guy, one of the assistant principals, found the bear in the hallways, and they're the ones that were pushing the bear out. They were able to open up some doors, and then just kind of walked behind it and encouraged it to find an exit.
Encouraged it. I like that. The bear was not deemed to be a risk and will not be transported or euthanized. Didn't do anybody any harm. Musson said it disappeared into some bushes and ran away once it exited the school, but did not produce a note from a teacher. The state is proposing to exclude religious schools from benefiting from a new law that allows people to take tax credits for donating to public and private schools. The Department of Revenue released proposed rules that would administer the law that permits tax credits for donations of up to $150 to scholarships for private schools or innovative programs at public schools. The proposed rules say no institution owned or controlled by any church or religious group may receive scholarship money through the tax credit program. Revenue Director Mike Kadis said yesterday the rules were written to keep in line with the Montana Constitution, which says public funds may not be used for religious purposes. A statewide earthquake drill is shaking up the state in preparation for the Great Montana Shakeout. Betsy Miller with the Governor's Office of Community Service says over 150,000 Montanans are expected to take part.
We're not quite as seismically active as, California or Washington, but we do have a lot of small earthquakes happening every day, actually, throughout the state. So we just encourage people to know what to do in case of an earthquake. And Montana has had several large earthquakes in the past, so it's always a risk that we need to be aware of.
Miller says if an earthquake were to occur, people should drop down to the ground, to cover yourself with a table or desk to protect your head and neck, and lastly, hold on as long as the shaking continues.
Look for things that aren't secured to the walls. So we encourage people to get bookcases, making sure that the heavy items are on the lower shelves rather than up high. Any valuables like your computer monitor or like that, make sure that they're secure on the table because you don't want to have those damaged after an earthquake. Things like water heater, just make sure that those are attached to the wall.
Next June, Ravalli County residents will be able to vote on some changes to their local government. One of the things that will be on the ballot will be nonpartisan elections for many positions, such as sheriff, county attorney, and county treasurer. According to Ravalli County Government Study Commission Chair Alan Thompson, another hot-button issue will be up for a vote.
What we're hearing is folks would like to go back to a board of 3 commissioners, and we are recommending going back to 6-year terms. That would stop the possibility of elections where a majority could be elected to the board every other election.
There'll be a study commission meeting tonight in Stevensville. Newstalk time now, 6:12.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly sunny skies today with our high temperatures in the low 60s. Winds will be breezy with wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight. Lows drop into the mid-30s. We return to the 70s on Friday. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.